A KPBS investigation revealed that data collected by the El Cajon Police Department was included in nationwide immigration-related searches. Now, that shouldn't happen under California sanctuary laws, but we found more than 550 immigration-related searches so far this year. Our investigation shows how police departments from states as far away as Texas, Virginia, and South Carolina routinely tap El Cajon's surveillance data for immigration-related searches, in some cases on behalf of Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Earlier this week, Attorney General Rob Bonta sued El Cajon, arguing that state law forbids local police departments from sharing this data with agencies outside of California.
The whole point of the restrictions on sharing is that once it's shared with any entity out of the state of California, you lose control.
But Bonta could not definitively say whether El Cajon's data was used specifically for immigration enforcement.
I don't believe that we know that, but it is naive to not flag that risk. That's the whole point that that's why the law was passed.
But we can. Our analysis shows that police departments outside of California routinely use search terms like immigration, immigration enforcement, immigration violation, and ICE. Dave Moss is the Director of Investigations at the Electronic Frontier Foundation.
It's pretty significant. In California, it violates multiple laws to use the system to not only for immigration, but to allow an external and out-of-state entity to access your data. So we're talking about multiple laws that might have been violated in this process.
That foundation shared a data set with KPBS that helped us discover these immigration-related searches. Here's how I explained the analysis to a group of immigrant rights activists from El Cajon that we invited to KPBS. Now, as we've talked about before, Mayrene, right, the El Cajon Police Department is unique in San Diego County. It is the only local police department that shares their flock system with out-of-state agencies. We filed a public records request asking for an audit of who is looking through El Cajon's data and why. It has a lot of useful information. It has the individual officer, the department, the date, and the time down to the second. Now, this is important. This is kind of how we found our information. But El Cajon's data did not include the reason for each search. So we found a workaround by comparing it to data that we got from the Electronic Frontier Foundation. And in their network audit, they did include the reason right here. Right?
Wow.
All we had to do was match the timestamps on both data sets. For example, an officer named T. Lip from the Nags Head Police Department in South Carolina conducted a nationwide search for immigration on April 30th, exactly at 1:55 p.m. and 18 seconds. Let's see if that search appears on El Cajon's data. April 30th. What did we say? 1:55:18?
Yeah, 155. There it is, 155:18. Holy sh!
Mayrene Branham was one of the people we shared our analysis with. She's with the group Latinos en Acción, which has protested El Cajon's support for Trump's immigration policies.
It is very important that we're uncovering this data, how it works, who's involved, how many cameras, how is the city cooperating, are they not cooperating? And it just brings up a whole slew of other questions that I think, it's our job to let the residents know.
KPBS also shared our analysis with El Cajon Police Chief Jeremiah Larson and invited him to review the data. He declined. In a previous interview, Larson said the police department performs regular audits to its license plate reader program.
We do regular audits, and we have a lieutenant that oversees the program and makes sure that when people are using it, they're using it for the right purposes and legitimate reasons.
Later, in an email, Larson suggested that the audits only include internal searches performed by El Cajon police officers, not the external searches done by outside agencies. Moss says the people of El Cajon should be concerned about this lack of basic oversight.
So it's not surprising to hear, but it should anger everyone to hear them say it out loud.
He says Chief Larson's decision not to include external audits show that the police department cannot be trusted with this technology.
If you have decided that you don't have to monitor that stuff, then you shouldn't have access to this system at all. Like, you have just proven that you don't have the cybersecurity chops at the very basic fundamental level to be trusted with data for your community.
It's unclear if the El Cajon Police Department knew about these immigration-related searches. Chief Larson didn't say whether the department plans to change the data sharing policy. In response to the Attorney General's lawsuit, El Cajon Mayor Bill Wells defended the practice, calling it a cornerstone of effective policing. Gustavo Solis, KPBS News.